Um, so it started September the 15th. I went and got the first shot for the vaccine. And I'm not telling nobody get it. I'm not telling nobody not to get it. But I was against the vaccine. Y'all have heard me say that on here. And my wife had to get it for work because she works in the medical field. I was like, babe, if you get it, I'm gonna go get it. And she had like symptoms for maybe a day and got over it. I had symptoms for got the symptoms like and was just feeling really bad. And every day it just got worse and worse. So like a weekend, I'm like basically have the coronavirus, but I'm not coronavirus positive. But like even now my taste buds are messed up and the whole nine. Like I couldn't eat, drink to the point of like I believe it was day 6 or 7. I couldn't eat nothing. So my wife was like force feeding me baby food just to get something into my body, waking me up and making me take sips of water, like to the point where I don't want to be bothered. I'm like, leave me alone. I don't want that. Like I couldn't drink, I couldn't eat, nothing. And so, but I don't know, I can't remember. It was either day 6 or 7. She takes me to emergency and they run tests. First, they're saying I got the coronavirus, but I don't have the coronavirus, like because at this point I have some of the symptoms, but it's not. I'm just messed up at this point. So the conclusion was what they came to after the test came back positive. The they they deemed that I was allergic to the vaccine, which this is something that's happening to people. People are allergic to it, and nobody, and it's not being broadcast. Like you don't see it in the media, but like the nurses and doctors told me, they seeing it more and more. So you never know what how you're going to react to the coronavirus. I mean, excuse me. You never know how you're going to react to the vaccine, and so it's your choice. Like I don't feel like people should be forced to get it because after what I went through, and like what I've already told you, this ain't even the worst of it. I'm leading up to that now, but so it's not. I think it should be a choice, but that's neither here nor there. So anyway, so my wife takes me on like day 6 or 7 to emergency. They come and they deem that I'm allergic to the vaccine. I go home. I go to sleep, and I'm a diabetic, so I had got a cut on my foot. So I had like it was like this big, and I had been getting treated for it. I took all my antibiotics. It was just healing. And that night in emergency, they looked at it, was like, oh, you're healing nicely, nothing to worry about. So the next day, I literally go to sleep. Or after that, yeah, the next day, I'm asleep, wake up, and my wife is like, your foot smells bad, like, like that infectious smell. So I don't think nothing of it. I get up. She's like, get up, go to the bathroom because I haven't eaten, drink. And then like she fed me some baby food and was like, you need to get up and go to the bathroom. Like I can barely walk at this point because this vaccine has me so messed up. And I'm barely here. Like I'm literally like on my deathbed. I'll get to that. And so my wife helps me to the bathroom. And when we get to the bathroom, she looks down at my foot. My foot is literally, it's black, it's swollen, it's dying. Like leaking fluids is like literally dying within like a 12-hour span after the doctor just said I was fine last night. Like, so she gets me dressed, rushes me out the door in like 10 minutes back to the hospital. And I get to the hospital, they admit me into the hospital, start pumping me full of fluids, pumping me full of pumping me full of fluids, pumping me full of antibiotics and stuff. And dude comes, I'm in there for like 2 days. Then so 2 days go by, I have a surgery. They're like, we're gonna go in and get the infection. So they take me into surgery. When I come out of surgery, the dude tells me, we had to cut off your toes. And so mind you, they cut off my toes, and I told you I had this small infection. This infection, um, is still like it was. They call it an ulcer. What I had, and it was very small, and it's still on my foot. They don't even cut this off. This other infection is called like necrotizing fasciitis or something like that, which is a flesh-eating disease. That so the little infection that I had is on the bottom of my foot, still the same. This necrotizing, this, I don't know, it's easier to just say the flesh-eating disease starts on the top of my foot, um starts on the top of my foot, where like by my toes, like between my toes or something, like close to it. So I go into surgery, they cut off my toes, come back, but that little ulcer I had is still there, untouched. So what the vaccine did was it it amplified something that could have possibly happened. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It amplified this necrotizing fasciitis shit, and I don't know. I'm having a hard time explaining. I'm sorry, but
Take your
it
time. Just take your time.
it amplified it. And so within this 12-hour period, I lost. My foot died. So because of the vaccine and what was going on. So basically, what the vaccine did, it attacked the weakest spot in my body, which was my foot at that time, and created this infection. So they find that out, but at the same time, why I keep saying I was on my deathbed is that they also found, this is the good part of me getting that vaccine. Had I not got this vaccine, I would have never known something. I don't know what it is. I don't remember what they called it, but there's something that's naturally on our skin that got into my bloodstream that was literally killing me. It was poison to me from the inside and out. And then, like some days y'all see me on here and I'm like up and, I'm moving, but then other days you'll see me on here and I'm quiet. And Mike will tell you this. I'll be like, Mike, I don't feel like doing this before we go on live, but I do it because this is my job. You know what I mean? So um, I would just be down. Some days I have no energy. I don't want to eat nothing. Just not here. So there's something that's natural in our skin that got into my bloodstream, and it was literally killing me. They said had they not caught it, I would have been dead within the next 6 months from that. So they found this, and then so whatever that vaccine and did with this infection, I lost my foot. I mean, I lost my leg. I'm gonna get back to that here in a second, but I lost my leg, but I discovered I was able to stop something that was literally killing me. So it was a good and a bad in it. But back to my foot, so they do a surgery that cut off my toes. And then so I go back, the infection wouldn't stop. They take me back into surgery the next day. And then they cut off a little more and they keep cutting off, like to the point of you see I don't know if y'all want to see the pictures or not, but anyway, they start chipping at my foot and my foot doesn't even look like a foot anymore. It's like jagged, and then on the bottom of my foot they split the heel. Like the heel of my foot is in two pieces, and like it was just crazy. Like it was I don't know, it's like some horror movie shit the way my foot looked. So then they tell me was like the way to save. That was like you need to cut it off at the below the knee.